Hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Where to start with this one? Donor D-1 is a drum machine, alright? Flashy lights, colorful faders, noisy 16-bit samples, cheap amp that distorts everything, and CPU that steals voices. Everything that we like so much in our cheap gear. But I have it. Why? Well, it's a drum machine that works with user samples and don't cost as much as a Groovebox. That alone was a reason to buy it. At the first glance, Donor D-1 ticked all the boxes. Convenient app that lets you import sample from a computer, comfortable faders with color coding, let you fix volumes easily, etc., etc., and some nice stock presets. Also, feels. Two of them. Very handy. And I don't know why other manufacturers don't do this more often. And you can actually manually edit those fields. The more I worked with it, the more I liked it. And memory for samples, noisy 16-bit mono slab that you have to manually convert, was huge. My Electribe have like 60 seconds of sample memory, which is a damn shame, and Donner have hours, literally gigabytes upon gigabytes. You can upload your entire sample library in it, like I did, including DSI template ones. So I filled it to the brim with my samples and was the happiest, dullest jammer on planet Earth, making beats for my dullest setups, the ones like this. I even made a Groovebox out of it, cause you can actually pitch chromatic samples. It's a messy workaround, but it gets the job done. Well, little did I know. Donor D-1's logic is broken in so many ways even after all the updates. A simple example. The volume levels of a drum kits are stored in a bit memory slot for some reason and not in the actual kit itself. When you do have dedicated kit memory slot, for crying out loud. You change the beat and boom, all of the volumes are different. Now let me show you. It looks like a minor problem, but only if you have like 20 samples in it, not when you have 200s. My machine was filled with 909, 808, slim drum, etc. And I was thinking, there's no problema if volumes are not equal. You know, I'll just fix it with them faders and save the kit. And Donner actually took it away from me. Even when you fix the volumes in one beat, there's a multiple combinations of differences in volumes between all the kits and all the beats. No matter how you try, it will let you down. Additionally, the same effect can be applied to different drums. Distortion for a kick, but not for a snare. What? The encoder, the main encoder, is positioned inconveniently and responds to every unintended touch. You know, sequencer is such a shift show that you will know this Mortal Kombat combos as an alphabet. And you can delete anything, kit or beat, whatever. You can only change the name and the content. If it's there for good. And so on and so on. Oh, and by the way, remember Groovebox mod? Ruined. You know why? Because chromatic samples changes with every kit, not the beat. You have to keep track of everything because every setting is split between beats and the kits. Jesus. Donner got you by the balls. Anyway, let's jam with what we have. Maybe it will surprise us. Can it work with FM sound? I wanna know. Volca FM needs a dancer partner for sure, and it's a gear that really picky when it comes to drums. Wow, that was cool. D-1 did not disappointed us. But how about acid test? Acid is even more demanding in drums department. Wow, second test, passed. Now the big boss of the third level, Korg Mini Low. This one is finicky. Dream! All tests are passed with flying colors. It looks like Donner D-1 fits different setups very well. I didn't expect that at all. Wow, nice. How about soundtrack that was kinda mixed and kinda mastered? I used some samples and the stock ones. Let's make some We Got Drum and Bass at Home VGM Warfest that nobody will listen to outside of a funny review music. Okay, the verdict. Sound-wise, it's a very cool device. But control-wise, this thing is a mess. I understand Donner wanted to create a fluid workflow, but it backfired. In Electribe, you cannot switch kits, you have to start from scratch every time, rotate knobs and choose samples. It's boring, but it works. Donner created fun and fluid system, but it turned out to be too unpredictable and too unreliable. I'm not a hater, and I think that Donner is great in my opinion, especially after the legendary D-1 synthesizer. And I was hoping to see those bad boys work together and ended up fixing volumes for hours on end. It still bugs me that finally we have a drum machine with all the memory in the world and it's hardly usable when you want to push it to the maximum. Anyway, if you want just a drum machine with 1 or 2 custom kits, it's a good choice. If you can find it for $150 like I did. It sits well in any mix and the sound suits many different genres. Also, some features are golden. And after all is said and done, when I look at this great machine that has been ruined by its own creators, I have only one question left. But why? See you next time.